Have you been trying to get back to how things were before? You've been trying all the systems the actions that you would take, but nothing feels right. You know that something is wrong. Technically, everything is as it should be, but you feel like something is over. Something isn't working anymore, and something is at its end. Today, we're going to talk about this feeling and what this actually means. It doesn't make sense, it's confusing, and we feel like there's something broken or something wrong with us here because there's no other explanation of why things aren't working. We just don't feel good anymore. And the tricky thing is that this is often something that's invisible to everybody else, where we just know something is off. But what if this isn't actually wrong? What if this is just something that is giving us a nudge about something else? So today we're going to talk about how when we get into this place where we feel like something's done, it doesn't mean that we've lack motivation, we don't have direction, we don't love the things we've created, and things aren't going well. It just means that there's something more specific happening here, which is very human and very normal. There are three signs I want to talk about that you might be noticing that are telling you that something is coming to an end. So some way, and really it's a really deep identity about how you're showing up in the world is coming to an end. And with identities, we have those identities for a reason. So we at one point needed to create how we showed up in the world, how we took action, what we believed, how we spoke, what we valued. And we did that because we wanted to belong, we wanted to be safe, we wanted to fit in, and we wanted to feel like we had our place. So there's a point with identities that we are ready to go beyond and to the next phase for ourselves. And I often talk about it as growing out of your baby clothes. So, just like a child who is growing older, all of a sudden their clothes don't fit anymore. And it's not because anything's wrong with them, they're just ready for the next size of clothes. And this is the same for us as adults. When we've grown, when the identity that we had before is no longer serving us, we're ready to create the next one. And this confusing, uncomfortable phase where nothing seems right and nothing works anymore is exactly what's going on when you feel these things. So it's you growing out of your baby clothes, ready for something else. So this first sign is often that our old motivators are gone. They're just not working. Before you maybe wanted to achieve, you were working hard in your job, your career, and, put a lot of effort into it, creating what you wanted to create. And now things just don't feel the same. They don't light you up in the same way. They don't give you the calm, relaxed feeling. Something feels off. It's not that you don't like it anymore. It just doesn't give you that same sort of feel that you had before. So this first signal is showing you that something is ready to change. It's not a character flaw. It's not something's wrong with you. It's not that you don't have enough motivation. It's just telling you that this is time for you to go move into that next stage of your life. The second sign that you are moving into this new phase for yourself is that you don't know who you are anymore. And when I often hear people, and maybe you've said it, I don't know who I am anymore. I just don't feel like myself. Something feels wrong. This is a sign that you are ready to make the shift into a new stage of your own life. So there's a couple of things that you begin to feel here is that you feel like there's this ending happening, but no beginning. So you're kind of in this phase where you really feel like something doesn't fit. It doesn't feel good anymore, but you have no idea what that is instead. So it's that real inside liminal kind of stage where it's no man's land. Nothing is really feels confident. There's no footing here. Something just feels like it's all been changed. The second thing here, there's also perhaps this feeling of grief, and there's not really any reason. And again, your life is still going on. It's still happening as you had created it. But something feels sad. Something doesn't feel good anymore about it. It's almost like you're grieving the self that you haven't yet become. So there's this grief feeling as you are ending this phase of your life and ready to move into the next one. And here it doesn't show up externally. So we're functioning as per normal on the outside. This is a very internal kind of feeling. So it's hard for other people to really understand what we're going through. But there's this discomfort, this unease, this feeling of loss of foundation underneath us. So this situation, when we're feeling this, it's really to understand that this is a time where we just need to give ourselves some space here and allow ourselves to be in this unknown, unclear time where we know something's ending and nothing yet has started to begin. The third sign that you might be seeing to show you that you're ready for changing into your next phase is that you don't want someone to give you advice. You don't want to know the next strategy. You don't want that New Year's resolution guru to tell you what to do, to feel better. None of that feels right. You know something's off, but you don't want someone else externally giving you this information. And this is because it's a very internal, authentic side of you that is wanting to really be birthed and to come out and to move you forward into this new stage. So, this is why getting still with ourselves, giving ourselves time to be still with it, to allow whatever is ready to emerge to really emerge. But it's uncomfortable. And you might be in this phase where you get antsy and want something to happen. You're trying to create something, you're trying to figure it out, you're trying to take steps. But often at this beginning stage, when we're ready really for change, we just need to make space, give ourselves time, and just let ourselves be with ourselves internally. So, the name of this time that you're feeling is called Square One, and this is based on Martha Beck's Changed Cycle. And it's really about when we step into the beginnings of this brand new phase of our lives. We are transforming into something new. Who we were before is ready to die, and who we are coming into is ready to be born. So we're in that kind of in between phase of, not really having a self yet. And this is called Square One, which is called Death and Rebirth. So it's really allowing our old identity to die away to make room for the new one to be born. So, in the work that I teach, when I'm working around the change cycle, this is the first stage. So, often clients will come to me here because it does feel so uncomfortable. It's not clear. You don't have a lot of clarity. There's a lot of grief. There's sadness. And we're struggling with knowing where to go next. So if this sounds like you can know that this is really you going into a transformative new stage of your life. So it's important when you're going through this time, and it is uncomfortable, like I said, is to know that you're not broken. You don't need to fix anything. You don't need to figure anything out. The biggest thing that you can do for yourself now is to allow yourself that time and space. And things will get clear as you sort out for yourself really what is ready to emerge. So, what you want to allow to happen here, like I said, is some stillness, some acceptance that you don't know, and the don't not knowing is exactly what it's supposed to be. You don't need to know right now. You just need to give yourself the time for it to emerge. And also it's about letting go. So allowing yourself to let go of the identity of you that you are ready to let go of. Thank it for all the things that it has allowed you to do. And just to know that this is time for you to move on to the next stage for yourself. So I'll be talking a lot more about square one and giving you an idea of what it feels like and how you navigate it. Um, but know that this is definitely normal. It's really exciting when we can see that we are ready to grow and move forward in our lives. So we're choosing and allowing this natural process of growth to happen. And know that you're not alone. This feeling is incredibly uncomfortable, but know that there's a purpose for it. And we go through it. And when we get to out of it, then we get this exciting time where we're creating something brand new for ourselves. So I hope this gives you some understanding of these big emotions that you're feeling right now, this big uncertainty, this time where nothing feels normal and feels like things are ending, which they are, because there's something new to begin. So I want to join you as you move through this and help you understand what you can expect in the next videos. So I look forward to joining me, and as we dive more deeply into square one. All right, take care. And if you have any questions, let me know in the comments, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now.